If you were to look in the 12th chapter of the book of Job, in the 7th verse, Job said, "But ask now the animals, for they shall teach you. The fowls of the air, they shall teach thee." Do you understand? You know what that means? He was telling them, his friends, look at the animals and look at the fowls of the air. They'll teach you of God. You know, the animals have taught us a lot throughout history. They really have. If you look at birds, they've taught us about aviation, about flight. I mean, pretty much airplanes have mimicked and copied what a bird looks like. If you look at certain other animals, maybe like I'm sure if we looked at fish to study and navigate what a boat might look like, and maybe what a submarine might, how it might navigate through the waters. We studied fish. I mean, we've looked at all kinds of animals throughout history and then invented things off of studying animals. You know, animals have a great potential within them. Do you understand? Just as all people have a great potential. You know, some of my favorite animals, and I've had a lot of animals because I used to have a hobby farm. I've had all kinds of farm animals. I've had donkeys, miniature donkeys. I've had beef cattle. I've had horses. We had chickens. We had ducks. We had turkeys. Of course, cats and dogs. And I love animals. When I was a young man, I had my own horse. I grew up farming with my family, with my father. I had my own horse. We had a Shetland pony too. And I've been around animals my whole life, but for the most part. But uh, so I love animals. I still love animals. And animals are very intelligent. Certain animals are more intelligent than others. I mean, if you look at a dog is a very unique creature. It has loyalty. You know, there's no other creature that has that sense of loyalty. If you were to get a little dog, a little puppy, and it grows up with you, it develops a sense of loyalty to its owner, you know, and it grows up to be a dog. And if someone tries to hurt you, it'll attack that person. It has a very unique sense of loyalty. That's a very unique spiritual quality for an animal to have. Loyalty in an animal, that's unheard of. The Bible makes it clear in the old Hebrew Bible, the word soul would have been nefesh. That's a Hebrew word, nefesh. Okay, that meant soul. Okay, a lower soul. Okay, all animals have a nefesh. It's a Hebrew word, and all people are given. They're not given a nefesh. They are a nefesh. Okay, when God breathed into Adam's nostrils, he became a living nefesh. Okay, the modern King James Version of the Bible said he became a living soul. It's an essence of life, a nefesh, you know, to become a living life form. So all animals have a nefesh and have a nefesh, and all human beings have that same nefesh. And like I said, it's a Hebrew word. It's the original Hebrew word that the first Old Testaments would have been in Hebrew for soul, spirit, the essence of life. Anyway, dogs have a nefesh. They have emotions of love. They do. You pet them, they wag their tail. You know, they can't speak English with you, but they can speak body language. We as humans can speak body language too, and I like to say the body can't lie. Do you understand? Most people speak with their body more truthfully and honestly than they do with their mouth. You know, you can lie with your mouth, but the body doesn't lie. You know, we have different levels of communication. Body language, you know, you can speak words out of your mouth, but you can manipulate people. But the body truly doesn't lie. So there are different levels, like I said, of communication. We have some in common with animals, and that's what I just said, body language. Dogs have body language, you know, they wag their tail when they're happy. They do all kinds of different things with their body, and you can tell what's going on. We can pick up what's going on with a dog, you know, whether they're angry, sad, happy, joyful. You can pick up on it with their body because they cannot speak. You know, They cannot speak a language, but they communicate with us in different ways with their body. But anyway, they're a very unique creature. But this video, I want to teach you that they live up to a higher potential if they have a strong, loving bond with a higher life form, which is us humans. We are a higher life form than a dog. Do you understand? We have what's called a neshama. That's a divine spark. Okay, that's another Hebrew word for uh, a higher essence of us. Okay, a neshama. It's a divine spark. It's a divine uh, inspiration from God to become a flame. Think of it as a spark. A spark is something that can light a flame, but it's up to us to light that flame. It's a divine inspiration from God. All of us get that. Do you understand? Some of us turn it into a flame and our neshama develops. Some of us, that neshama never develops. You understand? We stay like this world. You understand? We become like this world. You understand? And we live like an animal instead of a divine creature. Do you understand? Some people live like an animal. They live more like the nefesh than they do a neshama. A neshama is the divine creature that you should be, more godlike. You're made in the image and likeness of God. God is forgiving. Are you? God is full of mercy. Are you? God is gracious. Are you? Do you understand? Those things take going through trials and experiences to develop mercy, to develop forgiveness, to develop all these wonderful attributes that God has. We're not born with them, see? It's a divine inspiration, a divine uh, neshama, a divine spark. It's up to you to turn that spark into a flame, to develop your neshama. Those that's done by choices you make as you go through the trials in life. It's simply said, it's up to you whether if someone does something wrong to you, for example, do you forgive them or you want revenge? The nefesh wants revenge. The neshama is trying to teach you to forgive that person, to love that person like they were you. Do you understand? To treat that person the way you would like to be treated. That's your neshama. That's the divine part of you trying to be more like God. Do you understand? So the purpose in life is to not just go through life being a nefesh. It's to go through life trying to rise up to the higher potential within yourself. And we can see that in animals like dogs and all kinds of animals. You can see it in dolphins, and they teach them at like places like SeaWorld and to do tricks and all these wonderful things that they do. And I'm lucky I live in the state of Florida in America. I live very close to SeaWorld, and I could see the wonderful, magical things that they've taught these beautiful creatures to do. They live to a higher potential and they love doing these things. Don't kid yourself. These animals love to please humans. They do. Dogs love to please their owners just as dolphins love to please their trainers. They love this stuff. They love to get treats, but more than that, they love to please and they love to perform. They really do. Dogs love to perform. Do you understand it? They have what we have. We love to put on a show. We love to entertain people. They have that in them. They truly do. Do you understand? And they will always live to a higher potential if they have a strong, loving bond with a higher life form. Did you hear what I just said? They'll live to a higher potential that's within them if they have a strong, loving bond with a higher life form. That's what Job was talking about in the 12th chapter. We as humans, as people who have a nefesh, we're born with a nefesh and a neshama, will always live to a higher potential if we have a strong, loving bond with a higher life form, and that higher life form is God. Did you hear that? Okay. We will always live to a higher potential if we have a strong, loving bond with God. Do you understand? You have the seeds of potential within you. You still have your neshama. It's a divine inspiration within you. Do you understand? It's up to you to turn it into a flame. Okay? We will always have that potential, no matter what your age is. It doesn't matter what your age is. You know, as a young adult, you still have that neshama. It's up to you to make the choices of how to be in this world. You could go through this world living like an animal, or you could go through this world making choices. When you go through the trials and tribulations of this life, do you understand? To suffer and to develop your neshama and to be more like God. Do you understand? To be what? To be more like Christ. Do you understand? You live to your highest potential, and your neshama will develop to be more like Jesus Christ. Do you understand? And the only way you can have a loving relationship with our Father is through Jesus Christ. Do you understand? Do you understand what I'm teaching in this lesson? All people are blessed when they're born with a nefesh that animals have, and we as uh, people are all a nefesh. But people have something more than animals have. We have what's called in Hebrew a neshama, and that is an inspiration, a divine spark. And as you become past the age of accountability, you have that neshama, and you start making choices as an adult. And you can make choices. Should I do what my nefesh says when people wrong me? Should I forgive them, which my neshama wants me to do? My divine inspiration says, be like God. God says we should forgive people. God says we should have mercy on people. God says we should have pity on people. Your nefesh says, get even, revenge, justice. Your neshama says, yes, justice, but it says, be merciful, be pitiful, have compassion. And in order to develop your neshama, you're going to be humiliated. Do you understand? Your nefesh says, I'm full of pride. Nobody's going to do that to me. I'm going to get even. Your nefesh is, your nefesh basically works on, your nefesh works on instincts. Do you understand? It's almost animal-like. Don't forget, animals have a nefesh too. Do you understand? Your neshama does not work on instincts. Your neshama works on a divine, godlike force, which is called love. Do you understand? Love overlooks. Love seeks a way to forgive. Love seeks a way to be merciful to those who hate you. Love seeks a way to forgive people who hurt you, humiliated you in some fashion. Do you understand? Love sees the situation much different than people with just their nefesh. Do you understand? They see things that happen in their life as a test, as a trial, as a tribulation. People that do not see the things that they go through in this life as a test and a trial and a tribulation just react to things by instinct, by their nefesh, and that's how they stay as part of this world. Do you understand? And getting even, revenge, being angry, hateful. Do you understand? Just remember, there's only one way to the Father, and that is through Jesus Christ. Do you understand? No man cometh to the Father but through Jesus Christ. Do you understand? Don't go through this life living like an animal, because a lot of people do. The great restrainer is being taken out of the way in this world, and people, obviously, this world is becoming more violent. And I don't think I need to explain or show to you that people are becoming more and more unrestrained. They're killing people when they feel like killing people. They're reacting with their nefesh. They're getting They're living more like an animal than a divine creature. Don't be a fool in this world. God is still God, and he's still on his throne. Do you understand? Don't live like an animal. Live like the higher part of you, the divine part of you. The things that you're going through in your life, when people do things wrong to you, they're tests, they're trials, they're tribulations. Don't react emotionally quickly to anything that happens to you. Take a few moments and realize you're going through a test and a trial. Do you understand? And you want to pass it. It's my firm belief that once you get to heaven, it's going to be self-explanatory as to why you went through the tests and trials and tribulations of this life. You may not understand it all right now, but when you get to the afterlife, it's going to be self-explanatory as to why you went through the suffering that you did, to learn to be patient, to learn to be full of mercy, to be full of compassion, why you went through the humiliation that you went through, why you went through all the things that you went through. It'll be self-explanatory once you get there. Anyway, I hope and pray that you learned a lot from this short little video, to be more like Jesus and less like the people in this world.
Searching for some freedom, so I intend to sing them songs to spark memory. So what is a man with no history? Who am I? Where am I? What is this place? We're just spinning in space. I will be light, yo, 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 yo. I will be light, oh, oh, oh. I will be light, oh, 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 oh. I will be light, yeah. Lights out, time will continue without you. So in the end, it's not about you, but what did you do? Who do you love? Sit beside you, or beside you. Many died in the name of vanity. Many died in their mind's eye for justice. We died for you and still do. So I say to you, this is nothing new. I will be light, yo, 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 yo. I will be light, yo, oh, oh. I will be light, yo, 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 yo. I will be light, yo, oh, oh. Tiny moment in time for life to shine, burn away the darkness. You got one tiny moment in time for life to shine, burn away the darkness. You got a tiny moment in time for life to shine, to burn away the darkness. You got a tiny moment in time for life to shine.